Hello everybody and welcome back. This time we are taking a look into the Vrains to check out the details of some summon animations. Why not start with a bad one? Altergeist Prime Banshee needs 2 or more Altergeist monsters if Ghost Girl wants to summon it. You could spend gems or money on boxes that contain Altergeists, but I am looking at this from the perspective of a free-to-play person who does not want to spend additional resources if I can help it. What I did was leveling Ghost Girl up to 14 so that I have some Altergeist monsters from her level up rewards. In fact, I went to 16, which took a while, just to get an additional one. You could be lucky and obtain some Altergeists as drop rewards after duels against her, but I would not count on that. The skill only adds Prime Banshee to your extra deck if your main deck does not contain any spell cards. Therefore, searching with different dimension capsule is not allowed. I summoned a link monster like Gaia Saber, the Lightning Shadow, into my extra monster zone and kept the main monster zones free, with at least one of them being pointed to by a link arrow. I then dragged out the Duel and waited for 3 Altergeists to summon and link off. It was okay, but leveling up Ghost Girl and not being allowed to play spells makes it a 4 out of 5 for me. Vrains can summon Borreload Dragon, a Link 4 that requires effect monsters as materials. The starting skill adds a Borreload Dragon to your extra deck. I summon an effect monster like Kachikochi Dragon or Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon or number 70 Malevolent Sin into my extra monster zone and fill my main monster zones with effect monsters. Then I link them off. That is actually fine. It's a 2 out of 5. The alternative art version of Borreload Dragon is not so fine. Vrains would summon it the same way, but that requires having an actual copy of this critter. It is currently only obtainable in the Anniversary Box WCS 2024 and also Anniversary Box Volume 3, which both happen to be temporary boxes. So they are not always at the shop, and when they are, you probably spend a lot of gems trying to get one. The cost is fluctuating but likely quite high. Difficulty 6 out of 5 for being impossible to get most of the time. These next ones are better, I promise. Playmaker summons Decode Talker by using 2 or more effect monsters. That is quite basic and you need to summon it during the Vrains unlocks, therefore it should not be too problematic. It is added to your extra deck with a starting skill, so a free card for you to use. 2 out of 5 because Playmaker is a stage 10 unlock and therefore late. Decode Talker has an alternative art version from the structure deck Cyanide Raging. Playmaker summons it the same way as the original Decode Talker, and when buying the structure deck you have this copy guaranteed. The cost of the structure deck itself is 1000 gems, and that means we have easy access to this card, so should not be a problem, and the rating gives it then another 2 out of 5. Sticking with Playmaker, I have to talk about Firewall Dragon next. This original artwork is part of Playmaker's starting skill and you summon it against Vrains for sure. It also is your budget option for one of Blue Angel's unlock missions. Therefore, if you summon it 3 times, you will get a copy of Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid from the Lifetimes list. 3 or more monsters means it is basically summoned the same way as Borreload Dragon with a monster in your extra monster zone. Basically free and a 3 out of 5 since Playmaker is a stage 10 unlock. I would like to move on to a different card with a different name, but unfortunately Firewall Dragon has an alternative artwork. This one has the red background. You obtain it from the Anniversary Box Volume 2. That makes it quite an expensive card, and if only the box were available all the time, it would be a better rating. But unfortunately it isn't, so that's a 6 out of 5. Yo, guess what? Firewall Dragon has another alternative art version. This one comes with a purple background. As of now, this one is only obtainable in the Anniversary Box WCS 2024. Why does Firewall Dragon need 3 different artworks, I ask you? I don't know, so maybe one of you does. Anyways, that makes it all expensive and quite inaccessible. That is a 6 out of 5. I mentioned it before, here is Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid. Playmaker summons this link 5 with 3 or more effect monsters. Including an extra monster zone, you only have 4 zones for a Link 5, so we need to use an effect Link monster here. Decode Talker comes to mind, you summon 2 more effect monsters and can make it. As a Lifetimes card, it is quite accessible and free to get. Also, there are copies of it from the card trader. The summon itself is fine, so I guess we make it a 3 out of 5. As of now, the Gore is the only character you can get at stage 6 in Vrains world. He summons Goki the Great Ogre, which is a Link 3 that requires 2 or more Goki monsters. The starting skill adds it to your extra deck and 3 Gokis are put into your main deck. That is a 23 card pile. Searchers like Different Dimension Capsule and even Reinforcement of the Army help. I leveled the Gore up a little to get a Goki Jet Ogre, which helped but is not mandatory. He needs to summon Goki the Great Ogre for some stage missions, so you get this summon animation done automatically. Basically a free card and a 2 out of 5. We have yet another alternative artwork that is hard to come by. This version of Goki the Great Ogre can only be found in the Anniversary Box WCS 2024 as of now. Bad. Very bad. Not a fan and neither is the Gore. And I can only show you footage of summoning this card because my main account blasted all their gems back in the day to get a copy of this flipping card for the summon animation. Anyway, that is a 6 out of 5, chief. Soulburner, our starting character in this world, has to summon Salamangrate Heatleo. A Link 3 that requires 2 or more fire effect monsters does not sound too bad, right? Well, you see, he has to summon it twice in one duel to get the animation. How do we do that if we do not even own a single copy? This skill man. We summon Heatleo once and then get our life points to 2000 or below, for example with Hieroglyph Lithograph. Then the skill activates our field spell. The field spell lets us select Heatleo on our field and places another copy of it in our extra deck mid-duel. Thanks to the field spell, we can use Heatleo as the entire material to summon this second copy of Heatleo. There you have it. Sounds convoluted, but is not too horrible. Sort of a free card and 2 out of 5. Its alternative artwork is not so free. In fact, you can only get the summon animation by owning a copy. And where do you get a copy? From the Anniversary Box Volume 3, which not only is a 250 pack chonker and therefore expensive as you know what, but it also is a temporary box, not available all the time. As a consequence of all this, I give it a 6 out of 5. Another card from Anniversary Box Volume 3 is Salamangrate Pyro Phoenix, which is a Link 4 that requires 2 or more fire effect monsters. Similar to Heatleo, just one link higher. Summoning it will not be a huge deal as you can get copies of the Link monster Salamangrate Sunlight Wolf by leveling up Soulburner and then use those. However, temporary and expensive leads to a score of 6 out of 5 again, unless you grinded Soulburner and Flames event like crazy to get that alternative style skill, which I did. That then makes a 5 out of 5 more fair. Spectre summons Sun Avalon Dryad Trentier, which is a Link 3 that needs 2 or more Link monsters. I used 2 level up reward copies of Salamangrate Sunlight Wolf yet again, treating them as 2 materials each. Gaia Saber the Lightning Shadow from the card trader is another possible material. It sounds difficult at first, but is not too bad. The starting skill adds it to your extra deck, so you do not need to get an actual copy. 2 out of 5. Blue Angel summons her Trickster Holly Angel and makes use of her starting skill for that. Holly Angel is a Link 2 that requires 2 Tricksters and your skill helps a lot. One of the Tricksters it adds is Candina, which on summon adds another Trickster from your deck to your hand. That would be Trickster Lilibel. And once it is added, it special summons itself, giving you a Holly Angel instantly. Searches like Different Dimension Capsule speed up the process. A 2 out of 5 only because Blue Angel's character unlock is advanced, in my opinion. We got yet another instance of inaccessible alternative artworks. This Trickster Holly Angel can currently only be found in Anniversary Box Volume 1 and chances are your average player does not get a single copy of that card. Temporary boxes are just the worst for summon animation hunters like me. Anyways, since the summon animation is basically the same as with the regular artwork, you may wonder why would I even go through the trouble of getting this card, and you are right, good sir or ma'am. It is another 6 out of 5. To sum up, Playmaker summons Decode Talker original artwork, Decode Talker alternative artwork, Firewall Dragon original artwork, Firewall Dragon red artwork, Firewall Dragon purple artwork, and Firewall Dragon dark fluid. Soul Burner, let's call him, base form summons Salamangreat Heat Leo original artwork, Salamangreat Heat Leo alternative artwork, and Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix. The alternative style version Soul Burner and Flame summons the same monsters, basically Salamangreat Heat Leo original artwork, Salamangreat Heat Leo alternative artwork, and Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix. The Gore summons Goki the Great Ogre original artwork and Goki the Great Ogre alternative artwork. Blue Angel summons Trickstar Holly Angel original artwork and Trickstar Holly Angel alternative artwork. Vrains summons Borreload Dragon original artwork and Borreload Dragon alternative artwork. Spectre summons Sun Avalon Dryad Trentier. And Ghost Gal summons Altergeist Prime Banshee. This concludes part 6. Thank you so much for watching.